a new moon in Sagittarius, November 30th at 10:21 p.m. Pacific time. So December 1st on the East Coast and many places in the world. Adjust for your time zone accordingly. The new moon in Sagittarius, it's the philosopher's new moon. It's the wanderer's new moon, the traveler's new moon, the optimist's new moon. Hello, my name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot reader, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the new moon of Sagittarius, November 30th / December 1st, and the story that it tells about the entire lunar cycle, taking us through the whole month of December 2024, the final month of 2024. We made it, guys. But first, before I get into the translation, I want to say if you're watching this on Instagram, I'm only going to post the first 5 minutes here. The entire video will be available on my YouTube channel, Eliane Nicole. My YouTube channel is my name, Eliane Nicole. Please find me there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Please like, please comment, please share. It helps me in the algorithm and it puts me in a position to grow my community and grow my business and my channel and to continue to give these free astrological offerings. If you're watching this on Instagram, please make sure that you are following astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. Please like, please comment, please share. It's free for you and very helpful to me. And now, without further ado, I'm going to get into the translation of the new moon of Sagittarius. And I love a Sagittarius new moon. Sagittarius has such buoyant and optimistic and happy and joyful energy around it. And new moons are seed planting moments. We are planting seeds, whether we realize it or not, so we might as well do it with some intention. Sagittarius themes are about, the higher vision and higher truth, philosophy, spirituality, religion, expansion, traveling, higher education, broadening our minds and expanding our lives in exciting and fun and joyful ways. So that's all great, and that's all very supported under this new moon. However, there are also some aspects that are going on in regards to this year's Sagittarius new moon that are also telling us that yes, even though it's a great time to plant the seeds and aim our arrow at our target, that we eventually want to gallop towards with faith and optimism, there is some slow down, check your limits, check your tank energy that's going on. Sagittarius is kind of just throw caution to the wind and go for it attitude. But there's a Mercury retrograde also in Sagittarius is saying, hey, there's some things that we need to review and revise and reflect on before we move forward. Mercury's we need to refine the vision before we gallop all the way, forward towards it. And then there's Saturn in Pisces, who's forming a square to the sun and moon in Sagittarius. And Saturn in Pisces is also slow down, here's where the caution is. The Sagittarius energy can be very hedonistic as well. Sagittarius is a double-bodied sign, half man, half beast. Sagittarius likes to indulge, to eat and to drink and to take in all the good life, sometimes to extremes. And Saturn in Pisces is time to sober up, so there may be some sobering information that's coming during this cycle, some sobering news. there may be just, you know, bottoming out on the indulgences and realizing that you need to follow some structures or some rules. You know, Saturn is asking us, Saturn and Pisces squaring the sun and the moon is asking us to cultivate our emotional intelligence, our emotional maturity, to recognize our patterns and to level up. This mutable T-square with the sun and the moon and Saturn and Pisces, and then Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter is the dispositor, the ruler of the sun and the moon, and of Saturn and Pisces. There are tests of faith here, and you know, re-examining our values, our ideas, how we communicate them, what we believe in, what our philosophical beliefs or ideological beliefs are, what our whole entire philosophy on life is, really, in some cases. All of this is kind of being reworked at the same time before we can move all the way forward with the vision. What else do I want to say about this? Mercury retrograde trine Chiron in Aries is part of this new moon chart. So this is a cycle that will bring apologies, forgiveness, making amends, good news from doctors or therapists around healing, and Mars trine the North Node, aligning with our higher purpose and having the passion and the energy and the drive to go for it. Although Mars is also slowing down to go retrograde, which is another video for another day. Mars will not station until December 6th, but he does station in this cycle, and he is beginning to slow down to that station. And so there's a few things in this alignment of this new moon that are telling us, even though we're planting the seeds, even though we want to move forward, even though we have all of this faith and optimism about the future, and we're aiming for our target, and we're ready to gallop towards it with all of this joy and faith and optimism, there are a few different signs being like, okay, you need to slow down, you need to check all the safeties, you need to look at the cautionary signs that are around before we move forward. Venus is trine Uranus. This is really great. Strange bedfellows, but it works for some reason. Plot twists, unexpected twists, and romance and love and art and beauty and money, you know, surprise returns on investments. Venus is in Capricorn. So Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, she's standing on business, a material girl in a material world with her mind on her money and her money on her mind. And then here comes Uranus with this plot twist around romance or love or beauty or art. But it's a great plot twist. It's a great unexpected surprise. And Jupiter is trine Vesta and Lilith. You know, so Jupiter, the planet of grace and good fortune, is bestowing blessings on my Vestas and my Liliths out there. So Vesta's the high priestess, you know, the woman unto herself who has been dedicated to her art practice or her mystical or religious practices or the cause that she fights for and believes in. And, you know, Jupiter is going to be bestowing blessings. And then also to the Black Moon Lilith, people who have gone through some of the darker shadow topics around feminine energy this year, whether that's abortion or miscarriage or abuse or domination. You know, Jupiter is coming around to deliver the blessings on the other side of that during this lunar cycle. Vesta and Lilith are both in Libra, so we're talking, you know, around relationships or justice or marriage or you know, all these Libran topics. I'm kind of going quickly through this video. I don't want it to be such a long one, but if you are interested in knowing how this Sagittarius new moon interacts with your personal astrology, contact me for a reading and we can look at specifically where it's happening in your chart, because the best thing is to plant seeds around the Sagittarian theme. So that's like, you know, travel and expansion, religion, higher education, spirituality, or the themes of the topic of the house Sagittarius rules in your chart. So that's different for all of us depending on our rising sign. But yeah, this is a visionary new moon. It's a good time to think about the vision, write about the vision, reflect on the vision. Pluto is still at 0 degrees Aquarius during this new moon and for the entire month of December. And so this is, again, standing on the point of all possibilities for the new world that's emerging, that we're in, that's really coming into play in 2025. So much with, like, you know, technology and science and, you know, space travel and, you know, humanitarian ideals and, you know, Aquarian models, the decentralization of you know, money and governments and education, and just really everything is shifting and changing. That's kind of part of the mutable T-square energy that's also present in this lunar cycle with the sun and the moon in the T-square with Jupiter and Gemini and Saturn and Pisces, and everything is shifting and changing. We have to be so adaptable and flexible. Everything is in flux. Nothing is stayed or static right now. It's all shifting. It's all changing, you know, and so we have to be ready to kind of go with that flow and just, you know that it's just all going to shift. And yes, I don't know. I just want to make this a short video right now, but please contact me for a reading. I read on Zoom, so I can read for people anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. Yeah, this can be a very sobering new moon cycle. I think that there is definitely some, you know, energy around that. I don't know. I'm a little out of it, I guess, today. I stayed up late last night. I had like a Sagittarian adventure myself last night, so I'm a little bit like, ooh, you know. Neptune is stationing too, which, you know, another video for another day. But there's so much fantasy, fog, vagueness, sleepiness, lack of clarity. It's all happening. It's all happening right now. But, you know, I think the planets are telling us for this last month of the year, you know, slow down. It's good to be in more of a reflective place while we're creating the vision and creating the dream. That's still very important work to be doing, even though we may not be able to move forward full force until the new year. But yeah, I don't know. Astrology works best when you work one-on-one with an astrologer, so I encourage you to contact me for a reading. It's also a great time of the year to buy your favorite Sagittarius the gift of a reading for their birthday. Capricorn season is coming up, so it's a great idea to buy your favorite Capricorn the gift of a reading for their birthday, or for the holiday season to buy anybody the gift of a reading, because we're entering this very exciting new year where the landscape of our lives is shifting and changing so much. So there really couldn't be a more optimum time to get a reading. And I would love to read for you. So definitely contact me. I will put in the description below on YouTube a link to book a reading with me. You can also email me to schedule a reading, and I would love to read for you. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and stay tuned for more. Bye now.